Hello friends, welcome to the Cold War Prepper Pantry Haul for the week ending Saturday, February 17th, 2024. So I'm going to start off with a reminder that on Tuesday nights we're doing our nonfiction book club, and this month and part of next month we're focusing on food storage for preppers, a week-by-week plan for surviving the apocalypse by David Nash. Now, in here, he has a 1-year-long program that if you follow that program, you can feed 2 people 2,000 calories per week, per day, up to 10 months. And so last week, we talked about what you should have gotten last week, as well as what you needed to get for this week. So this week, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to talk about what you should have gotten last week and what you will get this week. I'm going to read from the book, but I'm not going to show you because I want you to buy the book, and the link is going to be in my description down below. So last week you should have gotten 50 pounds of wheat. I got flour, 6 pounds of macaroni, and I'm going to describe that here in just a minute, 20 pounds of sugar, and 8 cans of tuna. This week, what you need to pick up is 6 pounds of yeast, 50 pounds of wheat, 50 more pounds of, and I'm getting flour, because I just don't have a mill to grind wheat. I know that wheat will last longer, but I get my flour from the LDS Provident Living store, so it's already in number 10 cans. Although lately I've been buying it a little bit cheaper because I think I'll be using it a lot quicker at the store, and then vacuum sealing it directly in the bag. I think I showed you that last week. 8 cans of tomato soup and 20 pounds of sugar. So this next week, get 6 pounds of yeast, 50 pounds of wheat or flour, 8 cans of tomato soup, and 20 pounds of sugar. Okay, so now what else did I get besides what we recommended? Well, first off, exciting week. I got some gifts in the mail. So from Maggie LB, we got these wax pencils, as well as some special paper that turns it into a Write in the Rain system, and that way we can communicate with our neighbors if we need to and leave notes outside. Just great. Thank you, Maggie. Such a thoughtful present, and she knows my concerns about communications. So we were chatting back and forth, texting, and she said, "Hey, how are you doing on paper supplies?" And so I said, well, remember, I've been collecting lesson plans and instructional materials, pre-K all the way up through senior in high school. And this is the homeschool system. And as a matter of fact, we're using the Civics and U.S. Government book from that system for our Monday night classes on Introduction to Civics and U.S. Government. So, but anyhow, so I said, yeah, you know what? I probably do need to get more paper and just make sure I have a good stockpile of paper. So I got 500 sheets of bond paper, and then this is, I think, 150 sheets of college-ruled 3-ring binder paper, some 4x6 and some 3x5 cards. I love 4x6 and 3x5 cards. Okay, for the rest of it, oops, I'm sorry. I'm getting a cramp in my hand. So I did get some more butane fuel for the indoor stove, some coconut oil, some more liverwurst, canned liverwurst spread, some more Aunt Nellie's red cabbage. I wanted to show, somebody asked last week when I showed the elbows, which are the same thing as macaroni, asked, do these get crushed when you vacuum seal them? So I vacuum sealed mine and just wanted to show you, see, everything is fine. Because the inside is hollow, once that air is evacuated, it doesn't basically crush it. It turns out fine. You can go ahead and vacuum seal it, and it turns out fine. Got some more seals and rings. Got some body wipes. These are not bottom wipes. These are body wipes. So if you can't shower, you can use these to wipe down. I think this is Diana too, but it's from Diane, but thank you so much. My favorite brand of flashlight, Olight, and she sent me one. Wow. And this is so bright. And look at this clip. So the clip is really neat. The way it's designed here, you can actually also put it on the bill to a cap and use it as basically a headlamp. Isn't that ingenious? And so you've also got this clip down here where you can wear it on your backpack or on your pocket or on your strap or whatever to carry it until you use it. I should show you how bright this sucker is. Yeah, see, look at that. Whoa. But just phenomenal. I think my wife is trying to sneak it away from me. Shh. I don't want her to hear that I know what she's thinking. Replaced a package of brown gravy we used last week. This beef brisket, if you can find it from her, beef barbacoa from Hereford, if you can find it, is phenomenal. We have a deli here in town. Well, it's all through the Austin area. And they have a Texas spud is what they call it. But it's a humongous baked potato, and they put this barbacoa in it. And so this tastes just about the same. So I'm going to use my freeze-dried cubed potatoes, get those cooked, and then pour this on top of it, and along with a little bit of cheese and onion, and I'm going to be one happy camper in a post-apocalyptic world. Also picked up another can of chili mac, another one of chicken pie, overstuffed beef ravioli, and wonton soup. Got some more, and I'm not sure. We can probably argue over this. Is it paprika or paprika? Then we got some chives. This is a bucket, just windowsill garden. Always Farms had a special, and I think it was less than $25, a can of lasagna. This is going to be 12 servings. And then my reading. So we got in two saints and an exorcist wrote this book, Manuscripts on Purgatory, revelations that they've had about what purgatory is and what we need to do to stay away from it. Picked up the Farmer's 2024 Almanac. By the way, I did get my potatoes in the ground yesterday. I've got red potatoes in this year because they're more fire ant resistant. While I was planting them, I got a couple fire ant bites. So quickly put some Clorox on that, some bleach, and tried to get those to where they don't hurt quite as bad. We've got one more freeze probably coming. It got down to 33 this morning. So we probably got one more freeze coming, so I don't want to get the rest of my plants in. But as soon as that last freeze comes, probably in another week and a week and a half, I'll start working on tomatoes, green onions, bell peppers, eggplant, and okra. And I'll let you know how those come along as we go along there too. Then just let you know, I finished reading The Great Depression, a diary. This was recommended by Maggie. And I tell you what, every morning when you read this, can you tell? Lee's reading method. So anyhow, it's like reading the news every morning. I mean, 1927 to 1941, he actually goes into the 1942, right after the beginning of World War II for the U.S., but it's just like reading the newspaper every single day. You ask yourself, God, why haven't we learned? But that's the way it is. So that's the weekly Prepper Pantry Haul. Remember that this coming Tuesday night, there will be no nonfiction book club. I am going to be at CERT Training. We're having our 4-hour first aid recertification. And so I just cannot miss that. So we are going to not have our book club on Tuesday night. We will have Monday night. We will have the continuation of our U.S. civics and U.S. government. And we're going to be working on chapter 5 in the book, and it's going to be the differentiation among federal, state, and local governments. So remember, we're all in this together, so we can come out the other side together. Please be kind, polite, and respectful to each other, because togetherness is the key. Bye-bye.